Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Kelly Mitchell, and I'm the chair of the Minnesota Sentencing Guidelines Commission. It's now a few minutes after 1 o'clock, and the December 16th, 2021 public hearing is called to order. The commission will next meet on Thursday, January 13th at 1 p.m. to finally adopt or reject this proposal. The meeting will take place in this room, Capitol Room G3, with remote access optional.
The order of testifiers will be on the screen if you can read it. It's a little bit small, as will the time limit. The first testifier is Dean Brown. He'll be testifying in person.
Okay.
Dean Brown testified, signed up to testify in person.
Is Dean Brown here? Okay, I'm not seeing Dean Brown. So we'll go on to the next person and we'll come back to him if he shows up.
All right. The next person, Madam Chair, who signed up to testify remotely is Jon Uhler.
So Jon Uhler, are you online? So please go ahead with your statement.
Thank you. I appreciate this opportunity to share with you all from my 11 years of clinical forensic experience. Actually, I have more now, working with the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections. I have since retired from that institution back in 2016. I was hired to start the nation's first intensive treatment program in long-term solitary confinement. And from that time, I accrued more clinical contact hours than any other prison psychology staff member in the US or Canada. I oversaw the treatment and served as lead therapist for one of the Department of Corrections specialized forensic sex offender units for men who were high risk and designated as sexually violent predators. I was certified from a specialized training from Dr. Robert Hare in the TCLR. I have conducted hundreds of sex offender parole evaluations. I'm certified in the Static 99. I've also headed up treatment for the institution's mental health units, dual diagnosis programs, and programs for veterans. I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I run websites, SurvivorSupport.net, churchprotect.org, and have a weekly podcast, Journey for Your Healing. And I'm a certified sex offender treatment provider here in South Carolina. The reason why I appear on your screen from the US is I was invited by the Child Protection League to give my thoughts, to begin to help provide additional information. I watched your meeting from November 4th and was very heartened by the thoughtful consideration that you all gave. And I just thought in the brief time that I would share with you my concerns as a treatment provider in the community now, having provided years worth of sex offender treatment to high and low intensity sex offenders, that to do what is being proposed for this particular population, I think is very dangerous. As a sex offender treatment provider, to lower a point removes a very important piece of treatment, which is a stick. I'm all about rehabilitation. That is what I do. But with the sex offender population in particular, you're dealing with a population that is known to be very adept at manipulation. And you need as many objective indicators and criteria by which you can see how they're doing as possible. And to go easy on these men will make it more difficult because by nature they tend to play on the edge. So if you want to balance criminal justice reform with public safety, I would say at the very least carve out for the issue of sex offenders, as far as this population, do not make it easier for them. Do not lower the sentencing structure as far as if they violate on probation. No sex offender, all things being equal, no sex offender violates by accident in terms of failure to register. I noted on that heat diagram, as it were, that became one of the primary focuses as far as men violating on parole. None of these men failed to register by accident. In the institution, they tend to be some of the more fastidious in terms of details, so they know how to do that. And the greatest concern is this: with the number one risk assessment instrument that is used to determine level of risk, high versus low, that is the static 99, it is terribly flawed when it comes to pedophiles. It gives additional points, as it were, to those that fit within that category. And I did my own research in there while I had access to all the files in the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections. And what I found was among the population designated by judges as sexually violent predators, the static 99 scored those men 75% of the time as low risk. That is crucial to understand, because if someone then on paper looks low risk and they're out in the community and they fail to register, they're already giving indications they are playing on the edge. So I would heartily recommend that if you are going to lower things by a point, at the very least you carve out something about sex offenders that does not allow men to get off easier. It has to do with violating on parole. I appreciate it so much. My apologies that I can't get my audio running. I can make myself available at any time for further questions and answers. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.